History could be made this week as 3 Democrats in the Tennessee House face possible expulsion, including Memphis Representative Justin J. Pearson.
The expulsion would be the first time in state history it would not be bipartisan. WREG's Alex Coleman tells us this all happened after an emotional interruption on the House floor last week, and he also tells us that Pearson isn't backing down.
Less than a week after a protest on the House floor and the mass shooting at a Nashville school, 3 members of the Democratic Party, including Memphis Representative Justin J. Pearson, face an expulsion vote. Their protest was categorized by Republican lawmakers as an insurrection violating rules of decorum in the chamber.
There is a proper way to handle that and a proper way not to. And what was demonstrated on this House floor is not the proper way to do that.
Last week, Representatives Pearson, Gloria Johnson, and Justin Jones walked up to the well of the House during their session with a bullhorn and leading the gallery in chants.
Yes, I can tell you, we broke House decorum rules. Going to the well when you are called on is against that rule, and I understand that. But it is not so severe that it needs to have the expulsion of myself, Representative Johnson, and Representative Jones. That's an egregious use of power to silence us and to really abridge our First Amendment rights.
By Monday, a resolution was filed calling for their expulsions. They also lost their badge and parking access, while both Johnson and Jones were stripped of their committee assignments.
Never before have members been expelled for a peaceful protest. The last 2 expulsions that have happened, in fact, were because of crimes being committed: sexual assault, bribery. We have done nothing of the sort.
He says they're being punished for listening to the people.
It's a message to every Tennessean in this state that your voice, if it is against what the status quo is, there will be penalties, and you might be sacrificed on the altar of silence and on the altar of the support of guns over individuals and over people and over kids anytime. And that is chilling.
Pearson says there is way too much gun violence in Memphis and across the state, and he won't be silenced.
We have people that we are accountable to who have been victims of gun violence, and communities that we are accountable to who are suffering under the laws and the lack of laws and inaction of the legislature in the state of Tennessee. And so we're going to continue to advocate and raise this issue until we see red flag law.
Alex Coleman, WREG TV, News Channel 3.
The House expulsion vote is scheduled to take place Thursday morning in Nashville. Shelby County Democratic Party Chair Lexi Carter says a busload of supporters for the Democrats will leave Wolf Chase Mall by 3:30 a.m. Thursday to head to Nashville.